You been over to work at Phil's lately?
I go tonight.
Oh, cool. 2 a day. Nice.
I took lunch for punishment.
Is it hot over there? Like, how hot is it in
It's
there?
hot there.
It's a good week for it, though. I mean, it's kind of,
Last weekend wasn't too bad.
yeah. Nice. That's really all you need there. You could maybe marver the side just a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit of heat and we'll go pick it up. We don't need it to be floppy hot or anything. Just a little bit of surface heat on there and you should be good to go. Okay. Get that big bald spot. There you go. Yep. Nice. You can come back and get that last one if you want. You want to come back and get that last one? Just marver gently, just kind of lay them down on there. Okay, when you're ready, we can just go make sure you know where to stick that one on there. So Seraphim, yeah, the big one was blown out. The computer on it died, and it cost me $2,000 to get it here in about 3 weeks. And I just installed it myself on Monday. The furnace is on its way back up to temperature. It's right around 1380 as we speak.
At this point, you didn't block it.
Yeah, block or marver it down. Smoothing it out is all you're trying to get the air bubbles out from underneath, trying to get any texture out, make it easy for you to gather on again. And no, this smaller furnace, Seraphim, is not easier. It's much more difficult to gather out of for students, just because it is the way it is, and it's not as nice as mine, but you know, we'll be back to the original stuff. Looks great. Give it a little cap and trap. Still have a bubble in there, right? Let's heat it up and make sure. livestream. I don't know if you remember one of the last times I was here on YouTube. I was making a piece, and in the middle of it, we had a bunch of black smoke billowing out of the back of the furnace controls. And then when I sent my buddy to turn off the furnace, he turned off the main power to the building instead, so it killed my feed. That was the last time I was on YouTube. Whenever you're ready, we can strip gather on it whenever you feel like it's good. Seraphim, it was a very expensive computer to get fixed. I think if you know there's a good bubble in there, just leave it, and yeah, like it looks good. We're just going to strip gather once it cools. You're good. You don't even have to do that. Just leave it alone. Give it time. So, Seraphim, now that we're actually able to heat the furnace again, now what we have is the problem of knowing whether or not the crucible is going to actually hold that 100 pounds of glass that was frozen up in there for the last 2 weeks. So I'm ramping it up very slow. It takes about 68 hours, and I'm spending about 90 hours heating it up. Once it gets hot, that's how I'm going to know whether it's leaking or not. If it's leaking, I have to bail all the glass out of the furnace, turn it off, wait another 5 days, take out the crucible, put in a new crucible, wait another 5 days until it's hot again, then I can throw glass back in. So we have our fingers crossed for the next probably 24 or 48 hours, hoping that this crucible, when it does get up to temperature, it doesn't just immediately start leaking out all the glass that it's holding. So hey, Valencia, there you are, dude. What's up, man? Thank you for the sub. Disco Ball, there you are. Glad you're back here. Nice. Just let it ride. Give it time. You have a nice, cool base bubble, so you should be fine. Let it ride, let it ride. 3, 2, there you go. Victor here is playing with some dichroic shards. He's got a jade green base color underneath of these blue and black dichroic shards that you'll definitely get to see better once it starts to blow out and cool down a little more. Looks pretty cool right now, though, gotta say. Take your time in there and make sure you get it fully soaked into the heat, because remember, that color that you see in there, that's not the inside of the bubble. That's the outside of your clear and color bubble. Yeah, dichroic is fire. Gotta say, I love that you guys are hanging out on YouTube with me. It's really cool to get some attention over here on YouTube. I don't usually. Yeah, nice. Give it time. Do you have a paper? No, I'll get it. Yeah, give that time to soak in there. When you come out, remember, you're focusing on freezing the bottom. So really just cool the tip into a nice point. Let it hang a little bit. There you go. Feel it pull away from the pipe. Now when you paper it, paper the bottom third down there to a nice little cone. You got it. You got it. Stay with it. Focus your pressure right in here. There it is. I think you're pushing a little hard. You want to make sure you're not disrupting your turn. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. Okay, give it some air just for posterity here and see what happens up top. Yeah, you got it. There you go. All right. Heat stretch, marver the bottom again, and blow. That was good that we got that done, but it still needs the same kind of movement. Make sure you can feel it stretching away from the pipe as you walk over. Oh yeah, Josh of the Bends. Yeah, I like Josh. Josh Freitas. Freitas, I think. Freitas. He really takes those dichro turtles that you usually see in like lamp work. It's like the same exact design that you would see a lamp worker make a turtle with. There you go, nice. Before you go to the heat, let's torch the top third of the piece and get the heat built into that shoulder better. All right, now make sure you get that area in the heat so you can really pull. We're going to stretch a neck next time, right? Okay, so make sure it's hot enough for you to be able to do that and not have to wrestle it for 3 heats. Start your pull. There you go. Use an angle. If you start with a more aggressive angle and then finish with a more vertical angle, you'll find a lot more control in there. You want me to start blowing? It's okay for now, but take your paper and freeze this area down here. For every time that you're doing the work up here, you really don't want to neglect that being cooler than this, you know. Now, while you've got the time, take your torch and heat up here because you have a very thick amount of glass up here. You got a good pull, but we didn't quite get the blowout stretching at the same time, so. All right, I'll be right back to you with the heat. Same thing, but make sure you tell me to blow from the start so you can really get that like feel early on. Go. Slow down your turn, get that back on center even while you're doing that part. You got it. Very cool. I'll be right back. Just keep fine tuning. Got a lot more done that time. Because that time I was able to blow hard enough that it wasn't just blowing the bottom out. It was actually pushing the side of it out towards you. I'm not going to have it that hot again, but you can fine tune the lip, stretch the neck just a little bit more, and then figure out where it goes. Got it? Keep it centered and just ease off. Nice, nice. Just lock in with that centered turn and let it set up as is while you start working on the next thing. Now, where are you going to go with it? Because I would probably leave the shoulder where it is. I don't know that you really need to put too much effort in trying to blow this out wider if you plan to go taller.
Okay.
I wouldn't go wider.
Just keep the bottom part.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I would either go tall or wide, not both, you know? Come on out and give it a swing, see how it acts. Okay, let's go right back in. Keep building up a nice soft heat throughout. Nice. Keep going, one more. Spend a little extra flash. When you get out, swing, work your way into the bench, get your paper ready. Long turn. Stay with it. Hold this. Let me blow. Ready? Nice. Now just take care of that moil. Probably all you need. Okay, so first touch, use the paper to just cool the side of the foot there, all the way down there. And now use the wood paddle and just push that right in. Slow and steady, focusing on centered turn. Is that good? All right, so in between flashes, you can torch your moil and your neck. torch the oil in the neck before I get there. And when the time comes, remember, you've got a really nice jack line. You're not going to need to flood it with water. Just trust 1 or 2 dots and go for it. Center that. Nice. Nice heat. Just don't stretch out your shoulder. Just work on the neck and lip. Take your time. There's no rush. You don't want to stretch out from down low. There you go. Okay, I'm going to make a executive decision about this piece. It needs a lip wrap. What color would you like up there?
What would you do, like a royal blue or a...
Unless you were going to go very contrasting. I mean, what about like just plain old like Crayola lapis blue? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get that. Go ahead and just fine tune the lip. You might even want to trim it a little cleaner, but I'll be ready in just 1 or 2 heats. Take the jacks in there, make that really perfectly straight, and immediately just trim off the top again. Like, don't trim off just what it needs. Trim evenly around the whole thing. Just do a new, even if it's 1/8 of an inch, it's okay. A little more heat, yeah. You're going to go even all around, a whole new trim, just nice and clean when you're ready. Okay, you ready for this? Stretch. Okay. Have you ever had to trim your lip wrap before? You might want to. It's not a bad idea. If it ends up being, thick, when you go in there and you take the jacks in there and you kind of open it and then go on the outside, make it more cylindrical like you're about to do. If you want, you could trim half of that lip wrap off and still have a perfectly good looking lip wrap. Go for it. But go inside first. Now outside. See? Yeah, I would do it. See? But remember, you're not taking off just the high side. You're making a full around trim. Okay. No, you need more than that. Get in there. There you go. Nice. Keep that. Slipped out. You're only halfway through. You're trying to take too little. Heat it up. Okay, let's see. This is freezing. This is completely freezing. You gotta get more heat in there, man. Don't come out so soon. Heat it, we'll just open it up. Because that neck is solid, man. Yeah, I would just open it now, yeah. You're just going to go in, straighten it out with the jacks, turn fast, hold steady. Now just paddle it a little bit with the back of the jacks and go back to the heat. There you go. All right, go right back. That's it. Give it a little more. Pull back so you're only working here and out. Faster. Oh, you're. I can't tell where your contact is, but you kind of didn't get anything done. I think we just stayed in here the whole time.
Okay.
Need to start there and go that way. Get your pressure out and away from it. Okay.
You start angling it down at all at this point?
Yeah, yeah, you gotta, it's the only way to flare it. Pull back, bite together, push down harder, turn faster. See, your pressure should be here flaring. Then it should be there flaring. Pull back even more. I see. What seems odd to me is that it really does look like you're pushing hard. And it's not even that, like, thick.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's that hot. I don't know. It looks good. Do you want to go further?
Yeah, I think
Push it out a little further. Get a little more sweep outward. At this point, there's actually a lot you can do by just pushing it flat. Let that lip kind of figure out its proportions as it lays outward. Flash again and come on out. Yeah, just the tips of the jacks. Got it. No, 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 no. Inside. You're opening. Push down harder. Back here. Push. Push, push, push. Turn faster. Now pull back and go out further and lay that lip out there even further. There it goes. I think you're still too wide. You need to bite together. Faster, angle down. See, easy out of there. Nice. Now you got time to work on there. Don't bite though. You should be only pushing with very wide jacks. Ease off. Nice. The last thing you want to do is squeeze and try to like push that area in after you've flared it out like that because it can really scar it up. That looks great. I wouldn't even change a thing. The last thing you might want to do eventually when you feel better about these is push the shoulder back down a little bit because it does get lifted up. Like just come on out, have a seat at the bench. No, never mind. You don't need to mess with it. Sorry. I'm overworking it. Nice piece. All right, there's your shards.
got that dichromatic top like a couple of years ago. I don't even remember where I got it. I'm gonna try to figure it out. But
There's only one or two companies that make it, and it comes probably from like multi-packs, like shards like that you get from Olympic power rods. There's a company is called CBS.
oh yeah. Okay. I have ordered stuff from them. I got like the little print, like print that they sell.
Yeah, that stuff goes real see though. I promise today. All right, when you ready, babe?
Won't get my mind all like hyper. I don't like it. We're gonna kind of.
Next time you're gonna really freeze the tip, paper the tip. Okay. Heat, stretch, marve, or blow. It's not quite hot enough up top, but go ahead and freeze that down there. Then just go right back to the heat. You don't need to blow it out. You want to get more heat up top so it stretches better when you walk over. Try pulling back while you roll. A little tension towards you. Does it bother you that your color is stretching away? It wouldn't bother me. Just heat it. It's not hot enough up there. It's just not moving at the top. You gotta get more stretch out of that top half. Okay. Stretch, stretch. There. Now, when you marver, be a little lower and pull towards you. A little lower angle. Okay. Okay, let's heat it up and pull the neck. So you'll have a clear neck and a colored body. Okay. Paper the bottom of the belly. See how thick this glass is up here? It's also thick in the shoulder there, but it's not very thick down there. So just freeze this. Build a lot of heat up top there. Okay, you ready? Oh shit. All right. Pull. Pull. Paper the body. Let's change up the plan. I don't think this is a good idea to leave this in the
Okay.
piece. Let's just make that the piece.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe a
I'm
bowl
fine with
or
that.
something,
Sure.
like something that's not gonna let this diapro keep taking over.
Okay.
Paper it. Whatever shape you want. Tell me when you're ready for air. Okay, I was blowing that whole time. What are you gonna do?
I think I want to keep it more of a globe. Okay.
Just blow a little more, shape the bottom, get ready for a paddle.
And where would you put the
Paper,
jack line?
paper, no jack line, paper the side. Steady with it. Let me blow until you tell me when to stop. I think we should leave it like that. Break it off there, and we'll just make the top look good, you know. So it doesn't have to be a vase, you know, and that's all
And when
weird.
when you break it off there, do you have to do anything specific?
Just water.
Okay.
No,
So
I mean,
it
just
will act as a jack line then?
that's your jack line.
Yeah.
Don't try to break that off up here.
Yeah.
Hey there. How are you? Awesome. Spent all day Monday getting the furnace computer put in, turned on, and start firing it up. And now it's up to about 1400. So, well, I mean, it was probably dinner time Monday I turned it on. I'm trying to go very, very slow. Like normally it has a 68-hour cycle. I'm giving it like a 78 or 80-hour cycle. You're still going to want to pull and trim that lip.
Would you know if the crucible's cracked?
Not yet. I won't know until it's liquid in there. And I'll show you, that is 1350. So it's not like shattered looking
Yeah.
anymore. Like the top
Yeah.
is starting to melt. You can see the heat around the elements. It's not just the light, that's actually the heat too. So you can tell that like it's heating up it's heating up. But
Right.
it's just this
I had no idea it took so long.
this guy is what I think is going to end up being the first culprit. Of course, there might be something on like
Underneath,
around here,
yeah.
but you know,
So then
like,
what do you do? Turn it on, put it down? Or just
if
now
I
it's liquid?
well, I mean, I can see where it is now. If it gets hotter and I see that it's going down, that's an answer. But the answer is that actually I have to get it out of there. So I have to. It does have to get all the way hot enough so that it can drain out the bottom. And then once it drains out the bottom, yes, turn it off. Wait 5 days. It's so fun. I like blowing bubbles. Yeah, I had one of the ladies from the office just out walking around. Apparently, she came down. She goes, "Oh, it's so cold." Like she's in the office freezing her butt off up there, and she came down here to warm up. Really?
Long, but long, you know. They go outside and totally dressed wrong.
Well, if you've got a tall house like that, it's not going to be consistent, you know. Like, take your time, Victor. It looks good. Just take your time. Yeah, the lids. That's right. Yeah. Did you bring the piece back?
Hard.
Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and then your little color sample. The
Oh, good.
pale old gold, which
Oh,
does look like
yeah.
I thought it should, but it didn't have a chance to strike. So really,
Okay.
this happens when it has better chance to cool down properly, like thick glass
So
did
if I
there.
make a pumpkin out of that, it should.
Yes, I think it should because it'll be thicker and you'll treat it more normal, you know. Going for your trim? Oh yeah, thanks. Nice. All right. You want to puff? You want to like puff it out with the soap and get it round again?
What is that? So does that come in sheets also like the silver? How did your silver pieces turn out? The ones you worked on last week with the silver, they turn out good?
He was really happy with those. All right, come on back. We're gonna paper it and then puff. Oh, well, let's use the jacks first, actually. Okay, let me get your heat for you. Paper first to put like a skin on the whole thing, and then blow, and then be ready to paper again. Fast turn, don't force anything, just work your way to the right. Always center that lip while you're doing this. The lip. Nice. Go blow. Heat it up. I'll be right back. Blow. Hard. Stop. Get your paper. Now, maybe the wood jacks or the metal jacks, whatever. Side on the lip. We got to get the lip, man. Hold steady. Okay. Now we can just paper it and leave it alone, I think. Not much, not many things to do, but just, it's a great little jar. Nice job, dude. Yeah, nothing next week. The week after that.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fairly certain that's not a problem for me. I think that's good. Yeah, I would let you know if something happens. Andrew, welcome. Sokies, there you are. All right, everybody, we're just doing a changing of the guards here, and Connie is getting ready to take over the bench while Victor gets out of here. So bear with us while I tidy the shop up a little bit and get her going, okay?
cold again, so I turned it up again, and then I closed the door, so it's kind of raging right now. But if I leave the door like this for a while, it should maybe balance itself, or give me a better chance to balance it out.
So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to ask you about this. If that is like wire added, or it's like a scrap that's been reduced.
So, I understand first.
So,
Yes, you have. That's when you have a speaker,
yeah.
I just play the old, it's okay. It's not, it's a good reduction, it's not bad. It's a good quality, it's not as rich as the other
I'll go with them, just with the friends and stuff, but I never
Irish blue and red mustard. Both reduction colors. It's a piece of wood. It should,
Dietary
yeah, it
stuff
should
that
go
you
off.
like to drink. Fine.
You know, and just being experimental with
Sure. Can't you gather this again to make that big?
You know, it's also just blown out. And all of it. These are just cool. So what are you making that this again? Making that shape, right?
Cost me or
Like,
I get you more one.
I mean, you gotta think about this, how big. Do you want it to be? Like, yeah, you need, if you want it that big, you gotta have it. Do you want me to get your strip gun?
Get it?
When the time comes, not yet. Set it down, let it cool. I was here trying to think of something.
Trying to knock it down a little bit.
Yeah, just push on the whole glass with the wood, you know, it's thickness down here to be when it blows out. You don't want it to blow out up here. So let that keep cooling. Now go ahead and blow the belly out. Go hard from the start. Go, go, go. A little more. Okay, stop there. Have a seat. Just push it flat.
Air,
Again.
very air.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, telling you to go back and push there, and I don't mean raise up to push. You still have to stay level when you push. You gotta have that contact. Hang on before you go. oscillate back and forth. You know, there's one point when the mask came off, and if it does that, you can slow down and get it off of there, or you can like pull it back further and let it get thin before it gets on there. So, but it's more like go fast, go fast, go fast. But like each time you're staying with it and considering how it's going to go through that. And I realized I was.
Wonder if I'd be better off using a roller.
That's what you need to do is the back and forth. You don't need one direction. You know,
Millefiore, right? No, no, she was just really loving herself some daddy that day. So I was like, she was really stuck on me. So yeah. And I haven't had much glass stuff to post, so might as well keep it going. Hey, yeah, Krista, as someone who's always been fascinated in one of our, this is awesome. Thank you. Glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saying hi. Feel free to ask away if you have any questions. My name is Paul. This is Connie that's got the glass in hand right now. Yeah, let's get that hot. Get it really out there. You got 3 pairs of tweezers, 3 pairs of shears, 2 pairs of diamond shears, 2 pairs of jacks. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these back. Yeah. Leave those big jacks out too. Give it some air. Come on, we need a bubble. We're here for glass blowing, not glass turning. Try heating it up. Yeah. These clouds look ominous out here. There's some pissed off clouds right above us. They're just ready. Hold it up, let it squish back. Blow hard, be ready to let go. Turn faster, keep it even. Okay, marver the side. All right, now we need to reduce it before we gather. Yeah, that's all the silver that you're seeing in there. Heat it up, come on over, and we're gonna paper it. You know how, like you do with the copper? Just go underneath and just grab it underneath and spin fast and you smooth it down. Same thing. It'll reduce it. Starving it of oxygen, forcing it to combust. It's going to pull the oxides out of the color and leave you the silvers on the surface. I mean, you could do that too, but you know, you clearly have a lot of shaping to do on the bubbles, so we'll just two bird. Fast turn. Oh, hold on, let's come back here. There you go. Fast turn. Shape it nicely. Wow, you're not pinching, are you? Get around. Yeah, but you're doing this. You gotta like. All right, that's all right. I'll be right back. It's not much different, but it definitely didn't seem like you had a grip on it. It seemed like you were underneath lifting up like this. And we're not going to waste too much time on this because this is just shaping and reduction.
Like a bubble is like the weirdest shape.
Just gonna leave it alone. Use the torch, reduce it that way. Go ahead and take over the turn. Okay, just let it cool and we'll gather on it.
Okay?
Look good?
Yeah. And I'm just so curious as to what it's gonna be as it blows out. It's some solid silver.
Part of me wants to add some more of the red onto it.
Okay?
This is not the ruby that I was telling you about. I still have some of that over there, but I only have a little bit. This is the red luster.
Okay?
So the way I've always done Chalcedony was ruby, iris blue, and iris gold. This is iris blue, iris gold, and iris, basically iris red.
Okay.
So it's 3 different reduction colors. I don't know how it's going to look, and we're not going to know until it actually anneals well, because that red doesn't show up as red until it's actually been properly annealed, you know. So we're not going to know today. Go ahead.
But you think I should just press that red on?
No, I think maybe gather. I'm saying maybe next, if you want to do another one, we'll do it, but we'll use the ruby instead of the red luster. Just see what the difference is there. I would give that a quick strip. Level out. Perfect. All right. Now let's just make a nice little jar out of it. We don't want to blow it out to the point where it's like thin and really stretched out. You want to try and leave it relatively thick, you could say. What would you want to make? A jar, vase, bowl, vase?
I'd like to try a bowl, and I put up with all the different colors.
Let that stretch a little bit and paper the tip. Go ahead and level down and paper the tip just to keep that area cool. The tip, not the side. There you go. That's it. That's where you want. Now back to the heat. Block and blow. Oh, you brought cookies? You weren't going to tell me you brought cookies? Was that you? Hey, we got a raid. 27. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the raid, Sunlu 3D. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to throw me a follow while you're here. This is Connie. That's working at the bench right now. Please feel free to shout them out in the chat if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. Okay, heat stretch, Marver blow. And again, let's try not to make it thin. You know, I got you. That's it. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Good for now. Heat it up and get your jack line. Let's not blow it out too much bigger.
Right, right. Now you've got boardwalks, spin arm, and that thing is spinning and you're dropping drips of water over and they're making these patterns and purification.
Yeah. I really don't like those. That's like the newest version of hotel art that I've seen.
Stuff that,
Oh, there's people that sell that as fine art. Ease off. Okay. Let me heat it. We'll paper the bottom and blow the sides out. You want to make a bowl? Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, but do you want to like squish it down, make it short or anything? Okay, I'll do that as I come over, and then when you get it, you're gonna do jack line, lean out, and then paper the bottom. Let me blow it all out again. Okay. Tell me when you're ready for air. Flatten the bottom. What do you think?
You know what this looks like right now is when you put layer, well, not the color that you in there, but you put layer after layer of copper, of the copper on, and it got all green and blue and gray.
Might be interesting to add some like copper foil into this process, maybe. I don't know. Okay, I'll be ready when you are.
Does it feel really stone?
The iris colors are nice, but it's kind of a hard thing to get out of once you start falling into the trap of using them for everything.
Really?
Everything's gonna look very hippy dippy and kitsch. No, you never pull and trim those unless you really, really have to. We're just going to open and paddle. If it needs a real obvious trim, go for it, but you more often than not don't need that. You know, since you did everything else just so perfectly.
You're making fun, Sue.
No way. Jackson, work with the bottom piece and push the tag. Yep, that'll do it. Jonathan, you're right. It'll send you that little reminder. You got to keep your turn going. You're slowing down and looking at it. Open wider so you get a better stance. You're there, so hold firm. See that? Okay. Ease off. Ease off. See, this has to stay flat back here. So you just got to heat that. Don't overheat your foot. It's very easy to do. Follow through, easy. By the way, when you stuck the punny on there, you ended up giving yourself a very small attachment. Before I had a chance to do anything, we were moving on, but I was going to try to say, like, push it on there a little more because, I mean, it touched, but it was just the tiniest little thing. So it's going to naturally, like, this is too much for it. You need to back it. Like, don't heat the punny too much because it's going to wobble very easily.
Should I hold it up and try to get it?
No, that won't really work. Just keep the top definitely different. Like, don't overflash. Okay. Now, only work on the top. Don't worry about the bottom. Keep a nice fast turn. Ready, go. Fast turn. Open wider. See, we're not going to let the bottom affect anything. Stay with it. Stay with it. Ease off gently. Okay. What's next? Nice. Could keep going a little bit more. You want the wood jacks?
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe a little deeper in there. Just make sure the punny doesn't start wobbling. Okay, when you're ready. Remember to start with the blades nice and wide. Pushing right about here. Go. Push down to the floor, lower your angle. Pull back and push harder with the tips. There it is. I say leave it.
Right. What's like?
See, it's got a lot of potential for different colors in there, so you can't really count it out yet. I think there's a good chance it's going to look awesome. But only a chance.
It's like this?
Yeah, I mean, like creamy, gray, brown, maybe more gold than you wanted or something. I don't know. Either way, it's a swirly bowl. I know, look how tiny that connection is. That's what I'm saying. That's not actually a really bad thing. It's just, it's going to be a little different than what you're used to, you know. It's going to be really receptive to
It's
All
gonna be
right.
very cool.
I know. Look at the inside. It's so nice.
Nice cool picture.
You're right. Better.
Okay.
Let me get the ruby out. We'll try. Just because I have so little of this, when you pick it up, I would try not to do the rolling evenly around it. I would just
Yeah.
blotch it and then blotch it and then blotch it. Don't even matter where. Next time, just do 3 more blotches. Like, just layer it that way to try to build up. I know, I saw that. Ginger lemon, dude. Stock is rising, number 2. Thank you, thank you.
Wrap each one up into this one.
Yeah, they used to have a lemon glaze on top.
That it?
I think they forgot the lemon glaze. I mean, kind of. It's not the way it was. Like, it's not. It's definitely. Yeah,
Oh, good.
I know that their ginger lemon cookies are fantastic, but I'm just not sure this is actually it.
State of Maine colors are blue and yellow. She showed me a picture, and I said, "Where'd you find that?" And she said, "And guess what? A wait for."
She asked, like, "Do you even know how to do this?" Nice. From which company?
So I was going to try to make it with Brit and with Raj, just some different, I don't know what, natural gold. So that was Etsy with those colors. I know. But I wanted something different because it's really ugly when you look at it from the side.
Oh, I get it.
So I'm trying to think of what I can do with the large.
Go back. How much do they sell those for?
How come that says 80?
Oh, my good Lord.
Yeah, like I hate that look.
Yeah.
If it came from the bottom and was wavy the whole way around, I could like that. But I don't like this little cap, and it looks like a woman's like hat or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I
No,
want to
that's
make.
that's bare bottom.
Yeah.
Make a round ball. Open it up. Get it nuclear hot. The last heat. Rip it open so the bottom doesn't heat up. It just hinges out like a top hat. That's
But that's why I don't like.
right.
Oh, okay.
It's just like it's the first thing. Let's
Yeah.
make a wavy bowl. That's the wavy
Yeah.
bowl you make.
So if you wanted it to be more from wavy from the bottom, you have to make like a rondelle.
Well, you need to heat it back further, yeah, and afterwards, it depends on the whole process. If you heat it up and you spin it fast and you get it to lean out like that, pull hard, and then you kind of let it cool down before you start doing that, then you keep that stepped out shape that you don't want, right? But if you heat it extra hot and while it's still hot, you bring it over and hang it down and start swinging it, you get more of like the napkin
Right.
draped over a thing
Right,
effect,
yeah.
like it pulls from the
Right.
bottom better. If it's a wider shape, it's going to act differently than if it was a narrow shape
Yeah.
flaring out. There's a lot of variables there. Do you want to do another Chalcedony thing just for it? All right.
I would rather make the whole rest
Well, then let's make a decent bowl. By the way, I have today as number 7. You were here last week, right?
I'll look at my calendar.
Wasn't there a day you came in that wasn't a Wednesday or something like that? Did you come in on a Monday at some point? Oh, you don't have to do that now. No, I'm just this is me zapping out while you're working. You go ahead and use them all. There you go. Not too much gold, you know. Next time, just be uneven about it. Do the red, the blue, the red, the blue, blotchy. Oh, I remember you telling me about that. Was it good? Stop trying to be so even. You're too careful. See, now you...
Yeah, I was really impressed with how funny he was. He had a guy, a woman back who I could have watched one out also. It was Mandel, Slash goes by his last name. But he was really funny.
Huh.
You know, a lot of times I can't get through the opening act, but he was good.
You ever watch the show Parks and Rec? You remember the guy who was in the show towards the later seasons? His name was Sewage Joe. He's the head of the sewage department. The skinny little kind of like smarmy looking dude that like, he's very funny. He was a good at his role, you know. But he was the opening act for Tom Segura. I thought he was really, really good. He had a solid half hour. Like he didn't have to do a whole half hour, I don't think, but he held it for a whole half hour. While people were still like shuffling in and setting down with the lights on and all that, he did a good job.
This was a 148 show of his school.
Jeez.
I guess if he was in rehab and
Yeah.
back
Oh, he talks all about that, I'll bet, huh?
and get back and then this way of thing.
There you go. Get some blue. Maybe just blotch 1 or 2 little smacks of gold on there. All right. Mix it up, swirl it around. We'll keep it small. Unless you want to add some of this other red on there, but I think it might be nice to just stick to the ruby for this piece so we know the difference. But also maybe get some more of this. I feel like this is totally usable. Yeah. Okay. Some more of this, or this. I really want to see Louis C.K. He's a favorite.
And my sister saw him for the third time. And
Get the blue. Get the.
she says the same thing every time. It's just not funny anymore. It's awful. And that's how he felt when he saw it.
Really? Because all of his specials are really good, I think.
Fine things, and the worst thing was, it was downtown, and his parents were in this other strip, so they were there, like, I mean, this was like 10 years ago. And,
I didn't know that.
what about this?
Louis C.K. Yeah.
Yeah. And, no, I think it was
Louis Black. I like him. He's kind of funny, but like I do agree, his appeal has worn off in the last 10 years. That's funny. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we just watched this movie last night. It's out.
I saw Maverick, we saw him at the Capital One Center months ago.
Oh,
John's office had directed tickets.
I bet that was a very expensive show altogether.
I'm sure it was. But now it's come out as a.
Sorry, I forget who.
Caitlin Jackson.
We were guessing just because he was at the thing.
I heard before that. Politicians in their offices and, there's people that were torn and said, please don't let this get out till after the quarter. And, I was just very disappointed.
That wouldn't completely surprise me, I guess, but I don't really care so much. Like, I like him because he's from my family's hometown, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Yeah, like they love him, and he is he is their hometown boy. But we saw his movie recently, just last night, I guess.
Right.
We spent $20 to rent it because we were so excited about it. We really wanted, we liked it so much. We were like, it's available. That's what we're doing tonight. And it was basically just like a Hallmark level PG. It was like, it wasn't that much different than his own stand-up actually. It's just that they didn't push it at all. They didn't push any boundary at all. They just kind of did the light version of the references that he does in his jokes. That's the kind of, did you already mix that up and swirl it around? Okay, let's just do it now. Better really have a bubble in there and you don't have to wait for it. Just don't go crazy with the mix-ups. Just
Watching the Coffee and Delaware skits on SNL, I think it's some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
it's so funny. I mean, yeah.
It's like rolling on the floor every time I see them, you know?
Yeah, that's great. I hope he does that again. They need to bring that back with him. is also a very nice light. This color pattern, make it into something that you can put a light in.
Oh, yeah, I think that would be pretty. Yeah, very planetary or something. So August 12th, what is that? That's like Wednesday or something, or 6 planets are supposed to be in line together. Hope you can see it from here.
I got a really nice telescope about 3 or 4 years ago for Christmas. It's been out of the case like maybe 3 times. I think actually twice since we had it. We saw 2 things and
Well, I set it up for the 12th because it's supposed to be really interesting. Does she have that app on her phone, the Sky View?
well, for a while we did put that on our phone, the Google Sky. You know, you can see the constellation.
It's free, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I
It's
just,
a separate app. It's like
yeah.
Google Earth and Google Sky and all
I
that.
have something called, mine's called Sky View, and it plays funky music, looking up at the planets, and, you know, they map out the constellations, and it's cool. Every now and then in the car, I'll pull it out. And I was like, look at it, it's right up.
We already had a bubble. Alright, so go take it to the bench and just use the torch to reduce it. You want me to get you gather, or you want to? You want me to get it, or you want to? I'm offering to everybody because of how much of a pain in the butt it is.
Is that why? Okay, probably.
It's not personal. It's
I'm tired.
yesterday I was in the evening for class. This girl asked me to help her make a rocket ship, blue and red rocket ship. We were about halfway through, and she went to take a flash, and it exploded in there. And she stood there looking at it and didn't really tell me. When I came back with the last bit, she's like, I'm like, oh no, you gotta tell me. I had to grab the thing out of her and started taking it out of the furnace all the time.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
There's sometimes you can.
Right.
see at the building museum, he does the craft show. He's quickly. This little Korean guy, he does reasonably phenomenal work. Well, you're Belgian. Going outside and bring the lip in a little bit. Right there, pass your turn, push in, push in, push in, push in. 3, 2. Now next heat, you're gonna get the heat back to here, but that's where the wood jacks are gonna go. You're gonna be back there pushing it down and forth.
I feel like I'm gouging.
He's a nice enough guy to talk to, but like you can tell that his wife tolerates him. You know, this is one of those guys. You know, he's a crotchety old man who clearly his wife is the only one that gets along with. But towards the end of the day, those shows, he's been drinking bourbon out of his little cups all day long, so he's more than willing to talk. He's very talkative towards the end of the Sunday, which is when I always tend to catch up with him. And I'll buy a cup or two from his cups are $100 each. You know, the smallest piece of pottery he makes is like 5,600, and then he has these cups.
Wow.
So he makes a point. He did make a point once when I was telling him what I did and all that. He was like, "Do you have assistants?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have to have assistants. Push harder. I'm like, "Yeah, push harder." Keep in mind. That's it. On the outside. That's what you do. Yeah. When you make the contact with these on there, don't try and assume that something's going to happen the second that you touch. Because I think you're making a really hard entry and like then you immediately have to solve it. No, it's really not that bad. It's only got a little ways to go and kind of split the difference all around. You want the door more?
No, yeah. Maybe more.
No, that's as soon as you get out here, you know, spin it, get your paper on there, and just shake it nicely into a nice little circle. Little paper, slow down your turn, come out of the motion. Now, you're going to start lower than you really need. Turn fast and raise up your hands and make that contact. Roll the hand, take the elbow out. There it is. Oh, you're lifting so hard. Oh my God, you just beat that thing up. There it is. There it is. Follow through. Nice. Same thing. Ease off. Nice. Leave it.
I'm either doing something too hard, not hard enough, or I'm always doing it at the wrong time.
was this whole idea that everybody was pushing on.
I've always looked at that as a weakness.
Yeah.
There's guys really care about it.
That's, the idea of sharing space. It's only fun if you can imagine it as an advantage. I would struggle to see any advantage in sharing my space. Like as of now, like if I had, if somebody was like, I'll become a co-owner with you or something like that. Like,
Like, what if there was another place like this parallel, right next door, that somebody else owned, and pop around, hey, look at this. I think it'd be nice to have people outside to live off of, like, I could have people coming in, like, bar or something, so.
it's just a personality thing. You know, like it could be, it may not really be the craft.
I always place I work, the one place I went in, had a nice beautiful office for me, like right in the center, and like, the hall, and for no one to be walk by, 5 minutes around the main street. They had to deliberately walk and go home. I'm a pretty much a people person, my work wise,
Yeah.
I do so much.
Probably just use that. Just load that and get it on there, load it up with color, whatever you're setting the average, it's probably it's fine. Now I was working at Simon Pierce, which was the last real job that I had aside from being self-employed. My favorite time to be there was I would show up at 5:45. I'd have glass in hand by 6. Walking out the door at 2:30 in the afternoon. Skate, doing longboarding by 4. Especially in the winter, and we don't get we didn't even take a break. We had this method of like working where we would just start at 6. We basically wouldn't even be talking because we didn't have to talk. We just kind of knew we had to do it to get going. And we got the habit of not taking our first break until about 10 or 10:15. 4-hour stretch, just quiet morning, working in the glass shop. All you hear is the air hose is going off. Shh, shh, this and that. It's so nice. How many what? Oh, it was just me and Craig working, and then we'd be working until somebody else showed up an hour later. They'd work on the other bench. Then the 2 o'clock shift would come in later, But I mean, in the middle of the winter, we wouldn't even take our first break until the sun was up. We had half of our day's production. We would be in the oven already. The whole thing was that I had to be asleep by 9 in order to be functional and with a glass in hand by 6 in the morning. That's just weird. Like, I work with people who work to sold out in DM, or I live with people who work to sold out. The night shift is sold out. So they would come home, I was already there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You needed to stay there. You know, you couldn't just sit up.
Yeah. Hang out.
You're like, okay, cool, yeah, we're pretty rich, that's hardcore, I get it. You realize just going to bed at 7 at night. Like, dude, you're just living on West Coast time on the East Coast. That's it. That's not a biohack. No, you just live on a different schedule.
Yeah. There's that difference in taking and not what's for him.
Cool, you never see the sun go down. Awesome. That's good for you, Marky Mark.
He's probably had one of the more interesting married careers.
Yeah. Starting at, I was the little brother of the real star.
Oh, was he the little brother?
So back from New Kids on the Block.
And was it Martin Martin?
No, his older brother was the old guy on New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block, which was maybe 90 or 91. And he got under this, and the little brother put out rap album, you know, the little white boy brother of the New Kids on the Block. And Marky Mark and the Funky Bucks, yeah. I still think it would be really funny if I saw Mark Wahlberg on the street. By the way, you know he travels with 10 security guards and entourage and all that. Be like, oh, that must be a fucking bunch. There's a time when he was on television. Joke show, big bracket, he's bragging about how strong he was and how hard he was now. It's like, really, how many pull-ups do you do? He's like, oh, I do at least like 40 clean pull-ups. She's like, oh, well, since you say that, I can win on a pull-bar. And he goes up there, it's funny because it's so, like, you should be so embarrassed. Like, he's basically just going, this. It's like, dude, you reinforce.
Shoulder replacement surgery. She's had rotator cuff surgery twice, and now they just got to replace the shoulder. But what's interesting about it, and that's not, I mean, I know plenty of people, you wait till you see, everybody knows they have big knees, big shoulders, big hips. But, you know how the humerus and stuff,
You told me last week that you really never react. It's like,
It's like you just never know, like, what your little move you're gonna make. What?
Scurry got hurt. You heard about that or seen that video? Oh my word. You hear about what happened to him. Like if I told you what happened to the video, then you watch the video, you'll realize how bad it is. But you kind of don't realize it when you see it. He's playing basketball on video with a bunch of friends. And he's just doing something like oh, let's do a
and fall down. His leg, his elbow, his arm, his shoulder, it was shattered. It was as if he like rolled his neck. It's all over the air, and it's very easy to find. Trust me. It's like he rolled his ankle, and then he took out his knee, and took out his everything else. He talks about it in one of his stand-ups too. It's like his whole left side was as if he would got like hit by a truck. So they medevaced him. They medevaced him out because he was so badly hurt. And the doctor walks in and they got him all roped up and he's laying on his other side. And the doctor looks up at the chart. It's like, just looks over and goes, car accident. Yeah, it's like, and Tom goes, no, slam dunk contest. And the doctor was like, oh, he's drunk. Of all the people in the world to claim slam dunk contest, I wouldn't expect that guy to stay up close to the fight. Basically finishing the shape right now. And he drawing down. Nice. Now, but you didn't really have to get up, but that's okay. This one, yeah, but this one you can maybe tighten it down. It's just that initial squeeze, you don't want to keep going until it's like a finish line. Give it time. Now eat the bottom half, stretch, and then we'll blow out the belly. But if you eat only the bottom, you'll get that taper and pull away.
Yeah. That's the superhero power to have. We can turn back the clock 30 seconds.
Oh, that movie. Oh my God, that movie. I know you know that movie. I know you love this movie. I'm sure that. Oh, it's just called About Time.
Oh, love that.
See, I knew that's what gift so much.
His talent. Unbelievable somebody can do like that.
Think you have time to trim. So this time, you can do the hang down stretching thing, but still make sure you end up in there so you can put the lid at the top. I was so delirious this morning when I woke up at 3 o'clock. I was trying to explain to Rick, I was like, you know how hard it was to actually be awake and not just roll over and hit the alarm because I assumed it was wrong. Like, you know, why would my alarm go off at this time? Like, no, I should just silence that. It was a very natural feeling that I had. It's like, nope.
You're working right now, why didn't she know?
It's the same difference to get somebody up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know? It's 3 o'clock in the morning is the same for her as it is me.
Yeah, that's tough. Whenever John has an early flight and he has to get up like at 5 or 4:30, he just doesn't sleep, even though I
So do I. feel like I did raise my rates recently. Essentially when I started like
I'm not asking.
recently, it's funny you said that because he mentioned recently, like, you know, I'm raising my rates, so you need to consider what my, I don't think, actually, I charge. What I know is, what it is, spend too much time and effort on these side projects and not doing what it does that actually makes money.
I don't really see any other, but I can,
Use two hands on that.
Appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you all for hanging out with us. If I can answer any questions, please shout them out before we get out of here. Go ahead and start tidying up the shop, working my way out the door. And I'll be back tomorrow for a full day of teaching and streaming, by the way. So I will be streaming tomorrow. Thank you everybody for being here on YouTube. Appreciate having you guys. Hope to see you guys again soon. I will, if you all want me to, I'll sign back in tomorrow and be here bright and early on YouTube.